Howdy, folks. I thought I'd come on here since I haven't been on for a couple days. I was going to do some, I was sure you're going to have an edited video for you, but I couldn't because I've been having some technical difficulties. Actually, my laptop, I put this on Instagram a couple days ago. My laptop got stuck doing the Windows update. So basically the Windows 10 update automatically updated and it froze. And this happened 2 or 3 days ago. So I've been completely stuck at this point. So basically this update that they just did crashed my laptop. So Windows 10 update, not a big fan of that. This isn't their first update. They've been doing these for about a year now, Windows 10, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. But I've never had a problem with it before. Usually you just leave it on and it goes and it goes. And sometimes it takes a long time and it will update eventually. Sometimes it freezes for a bit and then it unfreezes by itself and it goes. So that's what I thought was going to happen. My son was using the computer, and then he got up and he closed down whatever he was doing. He said, "Oh, it looks like it's doing something." So I looked at it, and it said automatically updating, and it was like at 34% or something like that. And it was just spinning in a circle. So I said, "Okay, fine." That was at 7. And then when I kept going back after an hour, after 2 hours, after 3 hours, it got up to about 89% and then just froze. So I checked everything online to see what you can do to unfreeze it to get it to complete. And there's a bunch of different basically guesses or some things that have worked. So I tried those. Basically, I've got 4 or 5 computers, and this is the only one where it froze out of the 4 computers that run Windows 10. And those are older. Well, this laptop's pretty old too. So I went through, and first I just let it sit for, they say 3 hours. After 3 hours, you can restart. So I did that, and then I did that 3 or 4 times. So then I said, you know what, let's look it up. What can I do to fix this? Because I would like to use my laptop. And some of the people say, you know, go into safe mode. I couldn't get into safe mode. And even after like scouring the web, I was able to find one way to get through because Windows 10, usually you can just go into safe mode. You can just hit F11 when your computer's restarting and it'll go straight to, you know, and you can get into safe mode right away. But I think Windows 10 is a lot faster, so it blocks you from doing that. So my laptop, I don't have it in front of me, but you just shut it down. And then when you're starting up, you press escape and the power on button at the same time. And then at the bottom left corner, it will give you like a little prompt. You click that, and then it will give you some options. So from there, you can, I think, pick a few different things. So you do have options to show that your computer is not completely dead. The most common thing that people are saying was go back to a previous restore date. So that's why I thought, okay, I've got a previous restore date because it did an update about 2 weeks ago. So I know I have a restore date. So I did that. I turned it off, hit escape and the power key at the same time. It popped up. It let me click on, there's 1 or 2 things you click on. And it will let you you click on advanced options, I believe. And then after that, it's one of the options is it lets you go to the a previous restore date. So I had 3 previous restore dates. 2 of them were very recent, though, within hours. They were basically the times that the Windows 10 update was trying to, complete its thing. So I tried. One I had was on the 8th of July, I think it was, and that was the last update that they did before this one. So I figured, okay, that would work. That didn't work. It tried to restore. It took like an hour and a half. It did its thing, and then it said at the very end, it said unsuccessful, unable to go back to previous restore dates. So I tried all 3 of the restore dates that it had. None of them worked. at the end of it, after an hour and a half each time, you couldn't do it. So then I'm trying basically to do anything I can other than to wipe the computer clean and, you know, start all over again. So then I called around a few different places, and I'm sure, and you know, I'm not the first person, because as soon as I called, they could kind of tell what I was talking about already. They said, "Oh yeah, bring it down." The worst one was I went to Best Buy and I talked to I think it's a Geek Squad. They said they only do everything by appointment. And then they have this long counter, and then you go to the end of the counter and they have customer service. So you go to customer service, and customer service says, "What do you need?" And you say, "And I'd like to make an appointment to speak to the guy over at the other end of the counter." So he said, "Oh, I can give you an appointment in 5 minutes." I said, "Okay, that's fine." So I took the appointment. I waited 5 minutes. I went over and spoke to the guy, and the guy said, "Okay, well, we're going to make another appointment. That was a customer service appointment to speak to us. I'm going to have to make another appointment. I can't see you for an hour." So I said, "Okay, fine. I will go." And I did some sourcing. I figure I can go to, I wasn't far from a Walmart. So I said, "Okay, fine. I'll come back in an hour." It was like 3 o'clock I was supposed to come back. So I came back at 3 o'clock. When I came back, there was a line of people. And then for some reason, all of these people had scheduled appointments with the Geek Squad or whatever. And they, none of them were actually being seen. So eventually, after about 20 minutes of waiting there, another lady saw me, and then she looked at my laptop, and I explained the situation, and then she said, "Well, okay, let me take it in the back." She went in the back for 5 minutes, came back and said, "Well, this will take about 15 business days." I said, 15 business days to do what? Long story short, they were going to wipe it clean, and that was going to take 15 business days. So I said, "No, that's no good. I can do that myself." And then I just took it. I figured, you know, I'd rather, you know, on top of that, it was going to cost $150 because I don't have a Geek Squad service plan or whatever. So anyway, so I took it back. I went home and I tried a few other things. I tried restoring again. I tried the updates again. They would stop at 78%, 88%, 89%, nothing more than 89%. And it just, nothing happened. I couldn't get through. I read all these stories about people online saying, you know, just leave it. It will eventually go through. That happened with all my other computers except for this laptop. I did find one guy, there's a YouTube video, and there's nothing in the YouTube video other than a piece of little code. Basically, it's cleaning out the previous remnants of the previous updates that you've done. So I did that, and then I thought that it was actually working because it went to 89% really fast, but then it stopped right there. And then it froze again for 3 hours. So then one person I saw online mentioned, just why don't you just take it back to Microsoft? Just like if you had a Mac, you would take it back to the iStore, or the Apple Store. So I made an appointment with Microsoft, or I tried to, and that wasn't too much fun either, because basically they make you sign up for live.com when you do it over the phone. But actually, when I went into the store, I made an appointment for the next day. I went into the store. They were pretty nice. They said, "You know what? We've been having a lot of people with this issue, so we can take a look at it." And then they took a look at it. After 5 minutes, they said, "Yeah, you're going to have to leave it with us, though. There is no charge." I guess that was good. But you're going to have to leave it with us, and it could take up to 3 days. So at this point, I said, "You know what? I'm not going to wait another day. Fine, just take it." So I left it with them. This was yesterday. And then I got a call later in the afternoon yesterday. And then they said, "Yeah, we were unable to complete the update." They were going to do an external update. They just use a separate drive and just do it that way. And they couldn't do it either. And they didn't say there was nothing corrupt with the drives or anything like that, but they said there's something conflicting. So I said, "Okay, great." So basically, they are right now, they're going to just wipe it clean, and exactly what I could have done myself, but at least they're not charging me for it. They were asking me for $49.99, and I said no, and basically asked to speak to a manager. That is being taken care of now, hopefully. So word of advice, I don't know if there's a way, because I haven't got my laptop back, but I haven't checked yet if there's a way to actually go into Windows 10 and stop automatic updates, that would probably be the best thing, because updates before, they would give you a heads up. You could schedule them, you could block them, you could say I don't want to, but now these seem to be automatic, and they do this more and more. I guess I'm lucky in a sense that most of what I have on my computer, other than the pictures and stuff, which are backed up mainly onto external hard drive, I don't really have anything that I couldn't wipe out anyway. So, but if I did, I would be very upset. Like software, for example, you have to reinstall that. If you don't have copies of it, then you have to go and get it again or buy it again or whatever. So anyways, so that's my reseller fail for this week. One of many, but this is the one that stood out the most. My failure, I should say. It really, really annoying, because I haven't done many. I'm not used to doing eBay shipments on my phone. I tried a few. I did a few, very few. I usually take pictures on my phone, and I usually use a PC to finish it off, or a laptop to finish off the last part. I'm just not used to it yet, but I guess it kind of gives me the opportunity to get better at doing that. I get a little bit faster. So hopefully, I guess maybe there's something I'm getting out of it, a little practice there. But I should have, they said I can go back to the Microsoft store tomorrow and find out, actually not find out, just pick up my laptop. They said there isn't an issue with it. So anyone out there, if you have issues with Windows 10, the update, if you could comment below, that'd be great. I'd love to know what you did. Most of my computers, I didn't have an issue with. Like I said, I was able to get away with it. The update, even my oldest computer, which is like 7 years old, did the Windows 10 update and did it fast and had no issues. So is anybody out there having issues with Windows 10? Are there more updates coming that we don't even know about? I'm sure there are. They seem to do more and more of these, and they're doing them automatically. Is there a way to block automatic updates? What are your thoughts on that? So I'm going to be doing more of these videos. So, you know, the bad along with the good. I was able to complete my shipments on other computers, but this laptop was my main one, so it was kind of annoying. And I also have to reinstall any video editing software that I have. I had a cheap old version of like Director. So anyways, that's it for this episode. I will talk to you guys next time. Please check me out on Instagram. My Instagram name is Niche Reseller. It's flipped around, not Reseller. It's Niche Reseller. And if you want to check out our other YouTube videos, that'd be great too. Please like and subscribe. We're a pretty new channel, about a little bit over a month now. I've been doing videos. And please let me know what you think. And until next one, have a good one. Bye.